Here are the top stories of the news. President Tinubu mourns Islamic scholar Dahiru Bauchi. Federal government announces former President Jonathan's departure to Nigeria. In Lagos State, state government advised trade fair complex management program. In business, Central Bank of Nigeria statistics rose from 1.89 trillion naira after September's cut. And in sports, worry woes at coach Aluma recalls back after suspension. Good evening and welcome to National News on number 107.1 FM Ibadan. I'm Victor Iyimofe. Details coming up shortly. Now the news and details. President Bola Tinubu has expressed deep sorrow over the death of renowned Islamic scholar and leader of the Islamic Brotherhood, Sheikh Dahiru Usman Bauchi, who died on Thursday. Special advisor to the president on information and strategy, Mr. Bayo Nanuga, describing his passing as a memento loss to Nigeria. According to the president, the late scholar remained a steadfast advocate of peace, but liberation during his lifetime, describing him as a moral compass who dedicated his entire life to teaching, preaching, and guiding the Islamic faithful. The president extended his condolences to the family of the deceased, his followers across the country, and the broader Muslim communities, urging them to honor Sheikh Bauchi's memory by upholding his teaching and peaceful coexistence devotion to God and kindness to humanity. The federal government has on Thursday announced that former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan is safe and left Guinea-Bissau following the military coup that toppled the country's government. Spokesperson for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Kimebi Emefuna, made it known in an interview with newsmen in Abuja on Thursday, stating that he left with a special flight with members of his delegation, including Mohammed Kambas. Recall that the former President Jonathan, who led the West African Health Forum Election Observation Mission, had been in the country monitoring last Sunday's presidential and legislative election before the military announced it seized power. The Senate has confirmed President Bola Tinubu's appointment of Mrs. Ayo Ilayat Omidiran of Osun State as the chairman of Federal Charter Commission (FCC), Honorable Peter Ogbonna Eze, representing Enugu State, and 30 seat-holder nominees as federal commissioners. The confirmations follow the presentation and adoption of screening report by the Senate Committee on Federal Character and Intergovernmental Affairs during Thursday's plenary, which was presided over by Senate President Godswill Akpabio. Committee Chairman Senator Howell Ihacho Oyeso said all nominees, including Omidiran and Eze, were screened on Tuesday, the 13th of November 2025, and were found qualified and competent. Senator Onyeso explained that the vetting include review of curriculum vitae, code of conduct clearance certificate, police reports, VS screenings report, and other eligibility documents. The Minister of State's Defense, Dr. Bello Muhammad Matawale, has dismissed via video report on social media, stating that security operation in Zamfara State wouldn't function without him. According to statements by the Minister of State Defense, Dr. Matawale described the report as false in Abuja on Thursday. The minister's cautioned against irresponsible communication and security matters, stating that misleading reports could undermine government operations or confusions among the public. It urged media organizations to verify information before publication, noting that accuracy and balance are essential when reporting issues related to national security. Troops of the Nigerian Army operating under Section 3 of the Operation Well Stroke OPWS has disclosed that its operatives has dislodged armed criminal and recovered nothing one Russell Capital in Southern Taraba. Army Public Relations Officer Lieutenant Umar Mohammed made the disclosure on his statements in Jalingo on Thursday, stressing that the achievement is part of an ongoing effort to restore peace and security in the region. It stated that operations targeted suspected armed herdsmen and other criminal groups responsible for attack on farmland, displacement of residents, and disruption of agricultural activities. The Army Commander, Brigadier General Kingsley Chidiebere Umar, reaffirmed the Army's commitment to sustain operation in Southern Taraba, particularly with the festive season approaching. The Nigerian Air Force (NAF) has expressed readiness to support the Nigerian Defense Academy (NDA) and other military training institutions to produce battle-ready officers armed with modern skills that could surmount contemporary security challenges. Chief of Air Staff (CAS) Air Marshal Sunday Aneke gave the assurance during a court visit to the commandant of the Nigerian Defense Academy, Major General Oluyemi Olatoye, at the NAF headquarters in Abuja on Thursday. Air Marshal described the NDA as a cradle of military professionalism where future leadership of the armed forces is shaped. He noted that the NDA remains central to producing officers who are mentally resilient, morally upright, and operationally prepared to defend the country in evolving security environments. You're listening to National News on number 107.1 FM. We'll go on a short break, and when we return, the news continues.
Hit music when you need it.
Oh, I want the time of my life.
Hey, even there, we're portable.
Welcome back, and if you're just joining us, you're listening to National News on the 107.1 FM, and the news continues. The Lagos State government has advised the management of the Internal Trade Fair Complex in Ojo to take advantage of its ongoing amnesty program and regularize building within the complex that lack approval. State Commissioner for Physical Planning and Urban Development, Dr. Oluyinka Olumide, made the declaration in Ikeja on Thursday. He noted that some government ministries, departments, and agencies had already embraced the program. He further advised the management of the trade fair complex to obtain planning permits and all affected structures within the amnesty period. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) Ekiti State Chapter has urged political parties, politicians, the electorate, and residents to support effort to build public confidence in the electoral process in the country. Ekiti State Resident Electoral Commissioner Dr. Bumi Omo Sheyidemi made the remarks in Ado-Ekiti, the state capital, on Thursday, reaffirmed the electoral body's commitment to free, fair, and credible election in the state, cautioning against rumors which, as stated, could create unnecessary tension and potentially lead to conflict and violence. The electoral umpire began the first phase of the CRV exercise in Ekiti State on the 25th of August 2025, which is scheduled to end on the 3rd of December 2025, while the second phase will begin on the 5th of January Delta State Police Command has disclosed that its security operatives have struck another ever blow against armed criminal networks in Ogara, with the arrest of 2 suspects and recovery of AK-47 rifles and a series of coordinated raids executed by the CP Special Assignment Team, CPS-80. The police public relations officer, SP Bright Duffy, made it known in a statement on Thursday, stating that the command apprehended a group of confessed cultists and seized a pump action during early operation. Commissioner of Police CP Olufemi Abaniwola hailed the operation as a reaffirmation of the command's resolve to dismantle armed gangs across the state. It further stated that all arrested suspects are in custody while officers pursue all the gang members believed to be on the run. The Kogi State Police Command has dismissed reports circulating on social media alleging that bandits have invaded Zango, Kroshak, and Felele communities in Lokoja. Command spokesperson William Aya made it known in a statement on Thursday, describing the news as fake, aimed at causing panic among residents. The Command Commissioner of Police CP Nasiru Bello has warned those pending rumors of bandit invasion to desist from spreading false alarms, causing unnecessary fears and panic among good people of the state. He noted that security personnel, including the police, mobile phones, and counter-terrorism units, have been deployed to strategic locations to ensure safety. Kebbi State Governor Nasir Idris has presented the sum of 642.9 billion appropriation budget for the 2026 fiscal year to Kebbi State House of Assembly for consideration and passage. The governor, while presenting the budget in Benin Kebbi on Thursday, Governor Idris stated that the capital expenditure represents 70%, while current expedition accounts for 25% of the total budget term. It stated that top priorities of the budget will be given to basic education, agriculture, health, infrastructure development, and empowerment, among others. The governor appreciated the lawmakers and its executive members for the unwavering support of its administration, stating that support had facilitated the government's tremendous success in the state. Now, let's join Oluwadolapo Bamiboye for the business and sport news. And just before we hit the national news, here's a quick recap of our top stories. Earlier, we brought you that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has expressed deep sorrow over the death of renowned Islamic scholar and leader of the Islamic Brotherhood, Sheikh Dairu Usman Bauchi, who died on Thursday. Was brought to you that the federal government has on Thursday announced that former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan is safe and has left Guinea-Bissau following the military coup that toppled the country's government. In Lagos State, we brought you that the state government has advised the management of the International Trade Fair Complex in Ojo to take advantage of its ongoing honesty program to regularize building within the complex that lack approval. In the business world, we brought you that the Central Bank of Nigeria money and credit statistics rose sharply in October 2025, climbing to 74.41 trillion naira from 72.53 trillion naira in September. And right in amazing world of sports, we brought you that the Nigeria Premier Football League and PFL side Warri Wolves have announced the reinstatement of the head coach, Napoleon Aluma. With that, we come to the end of national news on number 107.1 FM Ibadan. The news was edited by Tolulokwe Arowishafe. I'm Victor Eyimofe, saying good evening and thank you for listening.